I need to get this off my chest because I feel like I'm going insane. My wife, Jessica, 32F, and I have been married for 6 years, together for 9. We have a decent house in the suburbs, 2 cars, no kids yet. We were waiting for the right time. Everything seemed normal, good even, or at least that's what I kept telling myself. About 3 months ago, things started changing. Small things at first. Jessica works in marketing and has always kept regular hours, 9 to 5, home by 6, but suddenly she was staying late. Big project, she said. The client is demanding, she said. I believed her because why wouldn't I? She's my wife. Then came the phone thing. Jessica used to leave her phone everywhere. Kitchen counter, bathroom sink, charging in the living room. Now it's glued to her hand. She takes it to the bathroom. She sleeps with it under her pillow. When it buzzes, she jumps like someone fired a gun. 2 weeks ago, I woke up at 2 a.m. to use the bathroom. The bedroom door was closed, which was weird because we always sleep with it open. I could hear Jessica's voice coming from downstairs, whispering. I stood at the top of the stairs in the dark, my heart pounding so loud I thought she'd hear it. I couldn't make out the words, but the tone. It was soft, intimate, the way she used to talk to me when we first started dating. I went back to bed and pretended to be asleep when she came back up 20 minutes later. She slipped into bed beside me, and I could feel her body trembling. Not from cold, from something else. That's when the nightmares started for me. I wake up sweating, convinced someone was in our house, watching us, watching me specifically. The breaking point came last Tuesday. So, last Tuesday, this is where it gets weird and honestly kind of terrifying. I had a work meeting canceled at the last minute. Around 3 p.m., I decided to head home early. Maybe surprise Jessica. Maybe we could actually have dinner together for once, like normal married people. I texted her, heading home early, love you, and got no response. Not unusual lately. I pulled into our driveway at 3:45 p.m. Her car was there. The house looked normal from the outside, but something felt off. You know that feeling when you walk into a room and you just know something's wrong? It was like that, but multiplied by 1,000. I opened the front door quietly. I don't know why I did that. Instinct, maybe. The house was silent. Too silent. Jessica's purse was on the hall table. Her shoes were by the door. "Jess?" I called out. Nothing. I walked through the living room. Everything looked normal. Kitchen, empty. Then I heard it, a creak from upstairs, our bedroom. And my hands started shaking. I stood at the bottom of the stairs for what felt like an hour, but was probably 30 seconds. "Jessica?" I called again. "Oh my God, Brandon!" Her voice came from upstairs, startled. "You scared me. What are you doing home?" What am I doing home? In my own house? I walked upstairs. She was standing in the bedroom doorway, blocking it. She was wearing her work clothes, but her hair was messed up, and her face was flushed. "I texted you," I said. "My phone died," she said immediately, too quickly. "It's in your hand," I said. She looked down at the phone in her hand like she'd forgotten it was there. "I just plugged it back in," she said. Her eyes wouldn't meet mine. "Why are you blocking the door?" I asked. "I'm not," she said, but she didn't move. That's when I heard it, another creak, from inside our bedroom. "What was that?" I said. "What was what?" Jessica said, but her eyes went wide. "That sound in our bedroom." "Brandon, you're being paranoid," she said. "There's nothing—" I pushed past her. She actually tried to grab my arm, but I shrugged her off. My heart was hammering. The bedroom looked normal at first glance. Bed made, curtains drawn, which was weird because Jessica always opens them in the morning. The room smelled different. Cologne, not mine. "See? Nothing." Jessica said behind me. Her voice had this edge to it, sharp and brittle. I walked to the closet, put my hand on the door handle. "Brandon, stop," she said. "You're being crazy." I opened the door to the closet. Empty, just our clothes hanging there. But the door to the bathroom, it was closed. We never closed that door. "I need you to calm down," Jessica said. She was using her therapist voice, the one she uses when she thinks I'm overreacting about something. "You're scaring me." "I'm scaring you?" I said. I walked to the bathroom door. "Don't," she said. I opened it anyway. Empty. But the window was open. The bathroom window that leads to the roof over our garage. The window that's been stuck shut for 2 years. "How did that open?" I said. "I opened it earlier," she said. "It was stuffy." "It's December. It's 40 degrees outside." "I was hot," she said. I looked out the window. Our backyard was empty, but I could have sworn I saw movement near the fence, a shadow, someone running. When I turned back around, Jessica was crying, big dramatic tears rolling down her face. "You don't trust me anymore," she said. "Ever since you started working from home more, you've been watching me, accusing me of things. I can't live like this, Brandon." And just like that, she'd flipped it, made me the bad guy. "I'm not crazy," I said. "I never said you were," she said. "But maybe you should talk to someone. This paranoia isn't healthy." That night she slept in the guest room, said she needed space. I lay in our bed staring at that bathroom window, wondering if I'd imagined the whole thing. I didn't sleep. The next few days were hell. Jessica acted like nothing happened. She was actually nicer to me, which somehow made it worse. She'd smile at breakfast, kiss my cheek before work, ask about my day. It felt like a performance, like she was playing the role of good wife, and I was supposed to applaud. But I couldn't let it go. That cologne smell, the open window, the way she'd blocked the bedroom door. Someone had been in our house. I knew it. On Friday, I did something I'm not proud of. I called in sick to work and followed her. She left the house at 8:30 a.m. like always. I waited 5 minutes, then got in my car and tailed her from a distance. She drove to her office building downtown, parked in her usual spot, and went inside. Normal. Maybe I really was losing it. I sat in my car for 45 minutes. My mind was racing through every possibility. Maybe it was a friend's house. Maybe it was a work thing. Maybe there was a perfectly reasonable explanation. Then the front door opened. Jessica came out first, laughing. Behind her was a man, tall, maybe 6'2", dark hair, wearing jeans and a gray t-shirt. He put his hand on the small of her back as they stood on the porch. She turned to face him, and he leaned down and kissed her. Not a friendly kiss, a real kiss, the kind that made my vision blur. When they finally broke apart, she said something I couldn't hear, and he laughed. Then she walked back to her car, and he stood on the porch watching her leave with his smile on his face. I wanted to run up there and beat him to death with my bare hands. I wanted to scream. Instead, I just sat there, shaking, as Jessica drove past me without even glancing in my direction. I didn't follow Jessica back to work. I couldn't. I was too angry, too nauseous, too everything. Instead, I sat in my car, staring at that blue house for another 20 minutes, memorizing every detail. The chipped paint on the shutters, the garden gnome by the mailbox, the gray Honda Civic in the driveway. Then I did something stupid. I got out and walked up to the house. I don't know what I was planning to do. Confront him? Break his nose? Demand answers? But when I got to the porch, I froze. Through the front window, I could see him inside. He was on the phone, pacing, smiling, probably talking to her. I noticed the mailbox. The name on it said Carter Mitchell. Carter fucking Mitchell. I walked back to my car and drove home in a daze. When I got there, I went straight to our home office and opened Jessica's laptop. She'd left it there that morning. I knew her password. It used to be our anniversary date, but 3 months ago she'd changed it. I tried a few combinations. Nothing worked. Then I tried Carter 2019 on a hunch. It worked. My hands were shaking as I opened her email. I should have stopped. I should have just confronted her. But I needed to know the truth. I needed to see it with my own eyes. The emails went back 18 months. 18 fucking months. Subject lines like, "Missing you already," and "Can't wait for tonight," and "He suspects nothing." There were photos. I won't describe them, but they weren't just kissing. They'd been having sex in our bed, in our house, while I was at work. One email from 2 weeks ago made my blood run cold. "Jay, we need to be more careful. I think Brandon heard me on the stairs last time. Next time I'll park down the street, and we should stick to my place during the day. I love you. C." I ran to the bathroom and threw up. When I finally stopped shaking, I went back and read more. There were discussions about me, about how Brandon's been so distant lately, and I don't think he even notices me anymore, and maybe it's time to tell him. Tell me? Like they were doing me a favor? The most recent email was from that morning. Jessica had written, "Last night was close. I think we should cool it for a while. He's getting suspicious. Give me a few weeks to throw him off. I'll tell him I want to go to couples therapy or something. That'll buy us time. Love you, baby." I closed the laptop. My whole body was numb. That evening, Jessica came home at 6:15 p.m. with Thai food and a big smile. "Surprise," she said. "I got your favorite. Thought we could have a nice night together. I feel like we've been distant lately." I stared at her. This woman I'd loved for 9 years. This stranger. "That sounds great," I said. We sat at the dining room table eating Thai food like everything was normal. Jessica talked about her day, some bullshit story about a difficult client meeting that probably never happened. She was so good at lying, so practiced. How many times had she done this? Sat across from me, smiling, lying through her teeth. "You okay?" she said. "You're quiet." "Just tired," I said. "You've been tired a lot lately," she said. "Maybe you should see a doctor. Get your iron levels checked or something." The concern in her voice sounded so genuine. I wanted to flip the table. "Actually," she continued, "I've been thinking, maybe we should try couples therapy." There it was, right on schedule, just like her email said. "Therapy?" I said. "I just feel like we've been disconnected," she said. "Like we're roommates instead of partners. I love you, Brandon. I want us to be close again." I looked at her, really looked at her. When did she become this person? Or had she always been this way and I just never noticed? "Sure," I said. "Let's try therapy." She smiled, reached across the table and squeezed my hand. Her touch made my skin crawl. That night she wanted to have sex, the first time in 3 weeks. I couldn't do it. I told her my stomach hurt from the Thai food. She looked disappointed, but said she understood. After she fell asleep, I lay awake planning. I couldn't just confront her. She'd lie, twist things, make me feel crazy like she did with the bedroom incident. I needed more proof. I needed leverage. The next morning, Saturday, Jessica said she was meeting her friend Amanda for brunch and shopping. "Girl time," she said. "I'll be back around 4. "Have fun," I said. 5 minutes after she left, I was in my car, following her again. This time, I knew where she was going. She drove straight to Carter's house. I parked 3 houses down and waited. My phone buzzed. A text from Jessica. Amanda's running late. Might be longer than I thought. Love you. I screamed in my car. Just screamed until my throat hurt. An hour passed. Then 2. I was about to leave when the front door of Carter's house opened. But it wasn't Jessica who came out. It was a woman. Blonde, mid-30s, wearing yoga pants and carrying a coffee mug. She stood on the porch looking at her phone, completely comfortable, like she lived there. Then Carter came out behind her. He wrapped his arms around her waist and kissed her neck. She laughed and turned around and they kissed. A long, slow kiss. What the fuck? I sat there watching Carter kiss this blonde woman on his porch, my brain short-circuiting. Who was she? His girlfriend? His wife? Was he cheating on Jessica while Jessica was cheating on me? This whole situation was getting more twisted by the second. The blonde woman got in a silver SUV and drove away. Carter went back inside. I checked the time, 11:47 a.m. Jessica's car wasn't here yet, but according to her text, she was supposed to be with Amanda. I waited. At 12:15, Jessica's car pulled up. She parked right in front, didn't even try to hide. She got out wearing a short dress I'd never seen before, carrying a shopping bag. She walked up to the door and knocked. Carter opened it immediately. He pulled her inside so fast I almost missed it. The door slammed shut. I sat there feeling sick. Who was the blonde woman? Did Jessica know about her? Did Carter have multiple women on the hook? Then my phone buzzed. A text from Jessica. Just finished brunch. Shopping now. Miss you. I looked at the blue house, at her car parked right in front of it. The rage was so intense I saw spots. I got out of my car and walked up to the house. This time I didn't hesitate. I pounded on the door. Silence, then scrambling sounds inside. I know you're in there, I shouted. Open the fucking door! More silence. Then Carter opened the door, just a crack. He was shirtless, hair messed up. Can I help you? He said calmly. Where's my wife? I said. I think you have the wrong house, man, he said. Her car's right there, I said, pointing. He looked at Jessica's car like he was seeing it for the first time. Look, I don't know what you're... I shoved the door open. He stumbled back. Jessica! I shouted. The house was small. Living room, kitchen, hallway. I walked down the hallway, 2 bedrooms. The first was empty. The second, the door was locked. You need to leave, Brandon, or I'm calling the cops. Call them, I said. I pounded on the bedroom door. Jessica, I know you're in there. Nothing. There's no one here. You're trespassing. Then I heard it, a woman's voice, muffled, coming from inside the bedroom. Just leave, Brandon, please. There it was, her voice. Open the door, Jessica, I said quietly. No, she said. Open the fucking door, Jessica. Brandon, you're scaring me. I don't know why you're acting like this. I actually laughed. A horrible, broken sound. You don't know why I'm acting like this? I'm calling the police, Carter said. He had his phone out. Good, I said. Call them. Tell them my wife is locked in your bedroom. Let's see how that conversation goes. Carter hesitated. His finger hovered over the screen. Open the door, Jessica, or I'm breaking it down. There was a long pause, then the lock clicked. The door opened slowly. Jessica stood there in her dress, makeup perfect, like she'd just come from brunch, but her lipstick was smeared slightly at the corner. Happy now? She said. Her voice was cold. No tears, no guilt, just anger. How long? I said. Brandon, this isn't the place. How long? I shouted. She flinched. Carter stepped forward. Don't yell at her, he said. I turned to look at him. You don't get to fucking talk. You've been sleeping with my wife in my bed in my house. Your house? Jessica said. I live there too, Brandon. It's my house. The audacity. The sheer fucking audacity. 18 months, I said. I saw the emails. 18 months you've been lying to me. Her face went pale. You went through my computer? That's what you're concerned about right now? Your privacy? You had no right, she started. I had every right, I said. You're my wife. You took vows. Vows you stopped honoring a long time ago, she said. Her voice was sharp now, defensive. When's the last time you actually looked at me, Brandon? When's the last time we had a real conversation? You're married to your job. I'm just furniture to you. So you fucked him, I said, pointing at Carter. That was your solution? Don't make me the villain here, she said. You drove me to this. I actually laughed. I drove you to this. That's rich. Carter cleared his throat. Maybe you two should talk privately. Shut up, Jessica and I said at the same time. She took a breath. Look, I didn't mean for it to happen. Carter and I met at a work conference. We just connected. He listens to me. He makes me feel seen. Spare me the romance novel bullshit, I said. You've been having sex with him for a year and a half. You let him in our house, our bed. You're never there anyway. Who's the blonde? I said suddenly. Both of them froze. What? Jessica said. The blonde woman. I saw her here this morning. Carter kissed her right on the porch. Who is she? Jessica turned slowly to look at Carter. What is he talking about? Carter's face went red. That's my sister. Your sister? I said. You kiss your sister like that? Brandon's lying, Carter said quickly. He's trying to cause problems between us. Is there someone else? Jessica said. Her voice had gone quiet, dangerous. No, Carter said. I swear. But his eyes shifted, just for a second, and Jessica saw it. You're lying, Jessica said to Carter. I can see it on your face. Baby, come on, he said. Don't call me that, she snapped. Who is she? Her name's Emily, Carter finally said, but it's not what you think. Then what is it? Jessica said. We were together before you and I started. I tried to break it off, but she keeps coming around. It doesn't mean anything. Jessica's face went through about 15 emotions in 3 seconds. You've been sleeping with both of us? No, I mean, not really. It's complicated. Not really? Jessica's voice was getting shrill. How do you not really sleep with someone? This is amazing, I said, truly. You're upset that he's cheating on you while you're cheating on me. Do you hear yourself? She whipped around to face me. This is different. How? I said. Enlighten me. How is this different? Because Carter and I have a real connection. What he's doing is it's just sex. Oh, I said, so if I go out and fuck someone, as long as it's just sex, you'll be fine with it? That's not the same thing, she said. You're unbelievable, I said. Carter was backing toward the kitchen. Maybe I should give you two some space? Stay right there, Jessica said. She turned back to him. How long has Emily been in the picture? Jessica, how long, Carter? The whole time, he admitted quietly. Jessica's face crumpled. Actual tears started forming. You told me you loved me. You said you wanted us to be together. I do love you. Emily is she's convenient. You're married. I needed someone. Convenient? Jessica's voice cracked. I risked everything for you. My marriage, my life. I actually felt bad for her for a split second. Then I remembered the emails, the lies, the 18 months of betrayal. Your marriage was already over. You said so yourself. Brandon doesn't care about you. Don't put this on me, I said. "It's true though, isn't it?" Carter said, turning to me. "When's the last time you took her on a date, bought her flowers, made her feel special? When's the last time you didn't fuck someone else's wife?" I shot back. He took a step toward me. "Watch your mouth." "Or what? You'll do exactly what?" "Brandon," Jessica said, stepping between us, "stop it, both of you." "No," I said, "let him try something. Please, give me a reason." Carter's jaw clenched. For a second, I thought he actually would. I wanted him to. I needed to hit something. But then Jessica's phone rang. She pulled it out of her purse, looked at the screen. Her face went white. "Who is it?" I said. "It's Emily," she said quietly. "The friend you're supposedly with right now?" I said. She didn't answer the call, just stood there staring at the phone. Then my phone rang. Unknown number. I answered. "Brandon, this is Emily. I think we need to talk." "How did you get this number?" I said. "Carter's phone," Emily said. "He has you saved as Jessica's husband. Listen, I'm parked outside right now. I saw you go in. Can you come out here, please?" I looked at Carter. His face had gone from red to gray. "What did you do?" he said quietly. "What did I do?" I said into the phone to Emily. "I'll be right out." "Brandon, don't," Jessica said. "Why? You worried about what she might tell me?" I said. "Afraid there's more you don't know?" I walked out. Carter tried to follow, but Jessica grabbed his arm. I could hear them arguing as I shut the door behind me. The silver SUV was parked across the street. Emily was in the driver's seat. I walked over and she rolled down the window. Up close, she looked tired, dark circles under her eyes. She'd been crying. "Get in," she said. I probably shouldn't have, but at this point, what did I have to lose? I got in the passenger seat. "I'm sorry about all this," she said. "I didn't know he was still seeing Jessica. He told me they broke up 2 months ago." "Broke up?" I repeated. "They were never together. She's married, to me." Emily's eyes widened. "Wait, you're still... He said you were separated, getting divorced." I closed my eyes. "We're not separated. We live together. Sleep in the same bed. Well, we did until a few days ago." "Oh my God," Emily said. She started crying again. "He told me she left you, that she was staying with him temporarily until she found her own place. I believed him." "How long have you been with Carter?" I said. 3 years, she said. "We were talking about getting engaged." 3 years? Jessica had been the other woman this whole time and didn't even know it? "Why are you here?" I said. "Why tell me this?" "Because I'm tired of his lies," Emily said. "I came by this morning to surprise him. I have a key. I let myself in and found things. Women's clothes that aren't mine. Perfume. A jewelry box with a necklace I've never seen. When I confronted him, he said they were his sisters." "He doesn't have a sister," I said. "I know," Emily said. "I called his mom. She told me he's an only child." We sat there in silence for a moment. "There's more," Emily said. "I went through his phone while he was in the shower. There are others, not just Jessica. At least 2 other women, maybe more." My stomach turned. "Does Jessica know?" "I don't think so," Emily said. "But you should tell her. She should know what kind of person he is. She's been sleeping with him for 18 months, in my house, in my bed. Why should I care what happens to her?" Emily looked at me. "Because she's being played too. We all are." The front door of Carter's house opened. Jessica stormed out, Carter right behind her. "Jessica, wait," he was saying. "Explain what?" She screamed. "That you're a liar? That you've been using me?" She saw the SUV, saw me sitting in it with Emily. Her face twisted with rage, and she marched over. "What the fuck is this?" She yanked open my door. "You're comparing notes with his girlfriend now?" "Ex-girlfriend," Emily said from the driver's seat. She leaned down to look at her. "Stay out of this, bitch." "Excuse me?" Emily said. Oh, this was about to get good. Emily got out of the car. She was taller than Jessica by a few inches. "Did you just call me a bitch?" "You heard me," Jessica said. "You're trying to sabotage what Carter and I have." "What you have?" Emily laughed. It was a sharp, bitter sound. "You're a side piece. You're one of at least 4 women he's sleeping with." "That's not true," Jessica said, but her voice wavered. "Show her," I said to Emily. Emily pulled out her phone and started scrolling. She turned the screen toward Jessica. "This is Rachel. She texted him yesterday. This is someone named Melissa. And this," she kept scrolling, "is someone he has saved as Don't Answer, but he's been texting her good morning for 3 weeks straight." Jessica stared at the phone. Her face was doing that thing where you could see her brain trying to rewrite reality, trying to make it make sense. Those could be anyone. Friends, coworkers. "Read the messages," Emily said. Jessica took the phone, started reading. Her hands started shaking. "No, no, no." Carter had walked over now, trying to look calm but sweating through his shirt. "Baby, those messages are old. They're from yesterday, some from this morning. You're taking them out of context," Carter said. "Can't wait to taste you again," Jessica read from the phone. "That's to Rachel, from last night at 11 p.m. She looked up at Carter. "You texted her after I left your house?" "Jessica, you're the only one who really understands me," she kept reading. "To Melissa, that's what you tell me. Those are the exact fucking words you say to me." "They don't mean anything," Carter said. "You're the one I actually care about." "He told me the same thing, word for word." Jessica looked between Carter and Emily, then at me. For the first time since this whole nightmare started, I saw something real in her eyes. Not anger, not defensiveness. Shame, humiliation. "Brandon," she started. "Don't," I said. "You don't dare." "I didn't know. I swear, I thought it was real. I thought he loved me." "And that makes it okay?" I said. "You thought he loved you, so throwing away 9 years with me was justified?" "No, You just what, Jessica? You just ruined everything for a guy who was playing you the entire time." Her face crumpled. She sank down onto the curb and started sobbing. Real, ugly crying. Carter reached for her and she shoved him away. "Don't touch me! Don't ever fucking touch me again!" A neighbor came out onto their porch. Older woman, probably mid-60s. "Everything okay out here?" she called. "Mind your business, Linda," Carter yelled. "I'm calling the police," Linda said, and went back inside. Great. Perfect end to a perfect day. Emily looked at me. "I'm sorry I called you. I just thought, I don't know what I thought, that maybe if we exposed him together, it would hurt less." "Does it?" I said. "No," she admitted. Jessica was still crying on the curb. Carter was pacing, running his hair through his shirt. "This is all a misunderstanding. If everyone would just calm down." "Shut up, Carter," Emily said. "Seriously, shut the fuck up," I added. Jessica looked up at me from the curb, mascara running down her face. "What do we do now?" she said. "We?" I said. "There is no we anymore, Jessica. You made sure of that." "Brandon, please." Sirens in the distance, getting closer. 2 police cars pulled up. 4 officers got out. One of them I recognized, Officer Martinez, who'd responded to a break-in on our street 6 months ago. "We got a call about a disturbance," Martinez said, looking at the 4 of us. Carter immediately went into smooth-talking mode. Officers, this is just a misunderstanding, a domestic situation getting a little heated. We're all calming down now. Domestic? Martinez said. Who lives here? I do, Carter said. And the rest of you? I'm his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend now. Jessica struggled to find words. She's been fucking him, I said flatly. She's my wife. Was my wife. I don't know anymore. Martinez sighed. Okay, let's separate everyone. You, he pointed at me, over here. Ma'am, he gestured to Jessica, over there. You two, he indicated Emily and Carter, stay put. They split us up and started taking statements. I told Martinez everything. The affair, the emails, showing up here, finding out about Emily and the others. He wrote it all down with the expression of someone who'd seen this exact scenario 100 times. Has anyone been threatened or assaulted? He asked. No, I said. Any property damage? No. Then there's not much we can do here, Martinez said. This is civil. You need lawyers, not cops. I pushed his door open, I admitted, to get into his house. Martinez looked at me. Did you break anything? No. Then I didn't hear that. He closed his notepad. My advice, go home. Get a lawyer, file for divorce if that's what you want. But don't come back here. That's trespassing, and next time we'll have to arrest you. I nodded. The other officer was talking to Jessica. She was still crying, gesturing wildly, probably spinning some story about how this wasn't her fault. The officer looked bored. Carter was arguing with the third officer about something. Emily was sitting in her car with the door open, head in her hands. Can I go? I asked Martinez. Yeah, get out of here. And sir? He put a hand on my shoulder. I've been married 23 years. I've seen a lot of guys go through this. It gets better. Not today, not tomorrow, but eventually. Thanks, I said, though I didn't believe him. I walked to my car. Jessica saw me leaving and called out, Brandon, wait, we need to talk. I got in my car and drove away. I didn't go home. I couldn't face that house, that bed, those memories. Instead, I drove to my brother Kevin's apartment across town. He opened a door in sweatpants and a gaming headset around his neck. Dude, what's wrong? He said, taking one look at my face. Can I crash here for a few days? I said. Of course, come in. I told him everything. He listened without interrupting, which I appreciated. When he finished, he was quiet for a long moment. I never liked her, he finally said. You could have mentioned that 9 years ago, I said. Would you have listened? No, I admitted. Kevin got me a beer. We sat on his couch in silence. My phone was blowing up, texts and calls from Jessica. I turned it off. What are you going to do? Kevin asked. I don't know, I said. Lawyer up, file for divorce, burn everything she owns. That last one's illegal, Kevin said. I know. My phone buzzed one more time before it powered off. I checked it. A voicemail from an unknown number. Against my better judgment, I listened to it. It was a man's voice, deep, unfamiliar. Brandon, my name is David. I'm Rachel's husband. I think we need to talk. I called David back. He picked up on the first ring. Thanks for calling me back, he said. He sounded exhausted. I know this is weird, but Emily gave me your number. She thought we should connect. Rachel's your wife? I said. Was, he said. I filed for divorce 3 weeks ago. Found out she'd been seeing Carter Mitchell for about 8 months. I'm guessing you're in a similar situation. My wife, Jessica, I said. 18 months. David let out a long breath. Jesus, I'm sorry, man. How'd you find out? I asked. Credit card statement, he said. Hotel charges on days she was supposed to be visiting her sister. When I confronted her, she admitted everything, said Carter promised he was going to leave Emily for her. I almost laughed. He told my wife Emily meant nothing. Guy's a piece of work, David said. Listen, Emily's organizing a group chat. All of Carter's victims and their partners. There's 6 of us so far. We're thinking of taking legal action. I don't know if we have a case, but some of us want to try. Alienation of affection, emotional distress, something. 6? I said. That we know of, David said. Could be more. I felt Kevin staring at me. I put the phone on speaker. There's a woman named Melissa. Her husband confronted Carter 2 months ago. Carter told him Melissa meant nothing and he'd stay away, then kept seeing her anyway. There's also someone named Lauren. She's not married, but Carter convinced her to quit her job and move here from Ohio, promised they'd start a life together. Soon as she arrived, he ghosted her. This guy's a sociopath, Kevin said. Who's that? I asked. My brother. Hi, brother, David said. Yeah, he might be. I did some digging. Carter's done this before. Had to leave his last city because an ex's husband threatened to kill him. This kept getting worse. Why are you telling me this? I asked. Because Emily said you seemed decent, and because misery loves company. Also, we're meeting up tomorrow, all of us. There's a bar called Murphy's on 5th Street, 7 p.m. You should come. I don't know, I started. Look, I get it, you're processing, but trust me, it helps to be around people who understand, people who won't tell you to just get over it, or at least you don't have kids. Come if you can, no pressure. He hung up. Kevin looked at me. You going? Maybe, I said. My phone rang again. This time it was Jessica. I almost didn't answer, but something made me pick up. What? I said. Brandon, please come home, she said. Her voice was small, broken. I'm scared. Scared of what? Carter came by the house. He's been banging on the door for 20 minutes. He won't leave. He's screaming about how I ruined his life, how Emily broke up with me because of me. Brandon, I think he's drunk or high. Something's wrong with him. I could hear banging in the background. Carter's voice, muffled but angry. Call the police, I said. I did. They said they'd send someone, but it's been half an hour. Please, Brandon. I know you hate me. I know I don't deserve your help, but please. The banging got louder, then the sound of breaking glass. Brandon, he just broke the window. Jessica's scream cut through the phone. Then the line went dead. Fuck, I said, already grabbing my keys. What happened? Kevin said. Carter's at the house. He broke in. Kevin was up immediately. I'm coming with you. We ran to my car. I was doing 80 in a 45 zone, blowing through yellow lights. Kevin called 911, told them someone had broken into my house, that my wife was in danger. They said units were already en route. My mind was racing. I hated Jessica. I hated what she'd done. But I didn't want her hurt. I didn't want Carter's psychotic breakdown on my conscience. We pulled up to the house 12 minutes later. The front window was shattered. Jessica's car was in the driveway. No sign of Carter's Honda. Police aren't here yet, Kevin said. I got out and ran to the front door. It was unlocked. Jessica! I shouted. Silence. The living room was trashed. Lamp broken, picture frames smashed. The wedding photo we'd taken in Napa, Carter had thrown it against the wall. Glass everywhere. Jessica! I shouted again. A crash from upstairs. I took the stairs 3 at a time. Kevin was right behind me. The bedroom door was open. Inside, Carter had Jessica backed into a corner. He was holding a piece of the broken lamp, the ceramic base jagged and sharp. Carter, put it down, I said. He spun around. His eyes were wild, dilated pupils, definitely on something. This is your fault, he said. All of you. You ruined everything. The police are coming, I said. You need to leave, now. She told Emily about the others, he screamed, pointing the ceramic shard at Jessica. Rachel left her husband for me. Melissa was going to move in. Everything was perfect until you all started comparing notes. You were playing all of us, Jessica said from the corner. Her voice was shaking. You lied to everyone. I gave you what you wanted, attention, excitement. I made you feel alive again when your boring husband couldn't. Don't, Kevin said next to me. but I was already moving. I tackled Carter before he could turn around. We hit the floor hard. The ceramic piece skittered across the hardwood. Carter was strong, but he was high and uncoordinated. I got on top of him and pinned his arms. "Get off me!" he screamed, thrashing. Kevin grabbed the ceramic shard and threw it out into the hallway. Jessica was crying in the corner. "Call the police again!" I shouted at her. "Tell them we have him!" Sirens outside, getting closer, red and blue lights flashing through the broken window. Carter was still struggling, but I had all my weight on him. 18 months of rage and betrayal were coursing through me. I wanted to hurt him. God, I wanted to hurt him so badly. "Brandon," Kevin said quietly, "don't. He's not worth it." Heavy footsteps on the stairs. "Police, drop your weapons." "We don't have weapons," Kevin shouted. "The intruder's on the floor." 3 officers burst in, guns drawn. Martinez was one of them. "Again?" he said when he saw me. "He broke into my house, threatened my wife." They pulled me off Carter and cuffed him. He was screaming about how we'd all conspired against him, how it wasn't fair, how we'd destroyed his life. They dragged him downstairs and out to the patrol car. Martinez stayed behind to take our statements. Jessica sat on the bed, wrapped in a blanket, shaking. I stood by the window, as far from her as possible. "This is getting ridiculous," Martinez said. "This is the second time today I've dealt with you people." "Trust me, I didn't want this either," I said. They took Carter away. Martinez said we'd need to come down to the station tomorrow to file formal charges: breaking and entering, assault, destruction of property. After the police left, the house went quiet. Brandon, Jessica, and I stood in the wreckage of what used to be my life. "Thank you," Jessica said quietly, "for coming. You didn't have to." "No, I didn't." "Brandon, I know I don't deserve to ask this, but I'm filing for a divorce tomorrow. You can stay here tonight because it's late and you're shaken up, but I want you gone by the end of the week. Find an apartment, stay with a friend, I don't care, but you can't stay here." She nodded, started crying again. "You're so sorry." "Yeah, me too." That was 3 months ago. The divorce was finalized 2 weeks ago. Jessica didn't contest anything. She moved out within 5 days like I asked, went to stay with her sister in Portland. I kept the house. She took her car and half our savings. It was relatively clean, as divorces go. Carter was charged with breaking and entering, assault, and criminal mischief. He took a plea deal. 18 months probation, restraining orders from all of us, mandatory therapy. Apparently, his lawyer argued he'd had a psychotic break. Maybe he did. I don't care. I went to that meeting at Murphy's, met David, met Rachel, met 3 other people whose lives Carter had blown up. We didn't form some revenge squad or support group. We just talked, shared our stories. It helped more than I expected. David and I still grab beers sometimes. We don't talk about Carter or our exes. We talk about sports, work, normal shit. It's nice. Emily moved back to her hometown. She sent me a message last month saying she was seeing a therapist and doing better. I told her I was glad. I meant it. Jessica tried to reach out a few times. Emails, texts, one handwritten letter. All variations of "I'm sorry," and "I was lost," and "Can we talk?" I didn't respond. There's nothing left to say. She made her choices. I'm making mine. I'm not gonna lie. The first month was hell. I couldn't sleep in our bed. Kept seeing them there. I ended up getting a new mattress, new sheets, repainted the bedroom. Felt stupid doing it, but it helped. Kevin stayed with me for 2 weeks to make sure I didn't spiral. He's a good brother. I started therapy. My therapist says I have trust issues now. No shit. But we're working through it. She says I'm making progress. Some days I believe her. I went on a date last week. First one since Jessica. A woman named Sarah from work. It was awkward as hell. I spent half the dinner wondering if she was lying to me about something. But she was patient, and we laughed a few times. And at the end, she said she'd like to see me again. I said maybe. Small steps. What did I learn from all this? A few things. Trust your gut. I knew something was wrong months before I had proof. I ignored it because I didn't want it to be true. Don't do that. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Jessica blamed me, made excuses, never took real responsibility. That's who she is. I can't change that. Betrayal isn't just about the cheating. It's about the lying, the manipulation, the gaslighting. Jessica made me feel crazy for months. That damage takes time to heal. You can't control other people, only yourself. Jessica was going to cheat whether I worked less, came home earlier, bought more flowers, whatever. That was her choice, her failure, not mine. It does get better. Not all at once, not in some dramatic movie moment, but slowly, day by day, you wake up and it hurts a little less. To anyone going through something similar, I'm sorry. It's hell, but you'll survive it. Get a lawyer, get a therapist, lean on people who care about you, and whatever you do, don't take them back when they come crawling. They'll cry, they'll promise they've changed, they'll tell you it was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. It was a choice. 18 months of choices in my case. You deserve better. I'm still figuring out what that means for me, but I know it doesn't include Jessica. That's it. That's my story. Thanks for reading. Thanks for the support in the comments. And if you're the person who suggested I get a security camera for next time, yeah, already installed one. Stay strong out there. Edit. Holy shit, this blew up. Thanks for all the awards and messages. I'm reading through comments but can't respond to everyone. To answer the most common questions, yes, I'm doing okay. No, Jessica hasn't tried to come back. Yet. Yes, Carter is staying away. The restraining order is doing its job. And yes, I'm seeing Sarah next week. Wish me luck.